Mr. Chairman, Mayor of the City of Savannah, the Honorable Otis S. Johnson, Executive Vice President of Cambridge College, Dr. Joseph Daisy, Acting Dean of the School of Education and Director of the National Institute for Teaching Excellence, Cambridge College, Dr. Joanne Testaverde, Director of the Augusta Regional Center, Dr. Charlotte Evans, Assistant Dean of the School of Education and Head of the Department of Education Leadership, Cambridge College, Dr. Dan Boutin, other members of the Platform Party, other faculty and staff of Cambridge College, graduates, Dr. Sylvia Henry, Dr. Ida Mae Denny, citizens of Barbados, specially invited guests, family and friends of the graduates, ladies and gentlemen. I consider it to be an honor to have been given this opportunity to speak with you this afternoon at the commencement ceremony for these men and women who've made some steps in their educational journey at Cambridge College. They're here to celebrate with faculty, friends, family, and each other their success, courage, and determination to be counted among the educated of their countries and the world. They are here because they need the world, and conversely, the world needs them to make a difference in the lives of humankind. They are here at this special occasion because they understand that education can change the world. They are here because they have made a commitment to remain on the pathway of lifelong learning. We are all in pursuit of excellence, particularly educational excellence, which, as we all know, is generally a shifting target. While as countries we remain committed to the implanting of basic literacy skills such as reading and writing and numeracy skills inherent in mathematics in our youth, we recognize that the abilities, competencies, and skills built on this foundation will continue to change as our societies change. As people and countries seek to adjust to these changes, to find reality in this persistently evolving milieu, they place an inordinately high demand on educational systems to provide that elixir, that panacea to give them some reassurance about the uncertainty of the future. A future which appears so complex, particularly when we consider what is taking place in our financial systems and economies. Nothing seems to work to put the brakes on the meltdown taking place all around us. Again and again, we forget that whatever happens in the lives of man is as a result of the actions of man. We adopt the herd mentality. Fear takes over, and what we have amassed over centuries of learning and education seems to be lost. Our knowledge becomes convoluted, and we forget that men and women working together can change the social, economic, and political configuration of the world. Divisiveness, greed, egoism, partisanship, negativity, mediocrity, and all of the other corrupting influences of man's faiths and belief must not be allowed to take the seat of dominance. As people, we forget the pursuit of excellence and all that it embodies. The quality of a person's life is in direct proportion to their commitment to excellence, regardless of their chosen field. These are not my words. These are the words of Vince Lombardi, former legendary coach of the Green Bay Packers from the National Football League. and you're familiar more with him than I am. Lombardi was qualified to make this statement because his career was characterized by excellence, his hard work, perseverance, and dedication leading to 9 winning seasons with the Packers. Those 9 seasons included 6 division titles, 5 NFL championships, and victories in Super Bowl I and II. His entire career epitomized excellence, and when he retired from the Green Bay Packers, he did so with a record of 98 wins, 30 losses, and 4 ties, never experiencing a losing season. Today, his Packers team is still the yardstick by which all great teams in the NFL are measured. And Lombardi has been immortalized through his induction into the Hall of Fame and the naming of the Super Bowl championship trophy in his honor. Lombardi did not only speak of excellence, he lived it every day of his career. And now, every coach and every team uses standards to determine their own level of excellence. I have chosen Lombardi at this juncture of my speech because his career demonstrates what is possible with a commitment to excellence, regardless of one's field of endeavor. This is a lesson that is particularly critical in education, since as educators, we particularly hold the future in our hands. If our standards are non-existent or mediocre, then our children, then our students, who represent our future, will in all likelihood reflect those standards. So we must be consciously aware that where we take ourselves, our students, and our country's tomorrow is impacted in very large measure by our commitment to excellence today. Further, whether we recognize it or have previously given thought to it, such a commitment is what often leads us in search of education. And the acquisition of education is what has been and will remain the bedrock of development in our respective countries. All of you graduating here today have therefore done 2 things. Firstly, you have committed yourselves to excellence by seeking to educate yourselves. And secondly, whether it has been done consciously or unconsciously, by educating yourselves, you have committed to the development of your countries. Commitment to national development through education is critical to the present and future success of our respective countries, especially in the global economic crisis facing us today. Uneducated people are usually an enlightened people. They usually have a broader worldview, so they are usually a more rational and a more tolerant people, and they can usually be reasoned with. Such a people will be more understanding of what must be done by their governments and by themselves, or by themselves and their governments, in order to rescue us from the harsh financial and economic difficulties facing all of our countries today. I'm proud to say that every day I see the benefits that can accrue to a country as a result of having a well-educated population. I come from a small country with no discernible natural resources, a situation in which a country might struggle. Yet, in 42 years of independence, we have managed to build a relatively stable economy and a standard of living that is the envy of the rest of the Caribbean and many other countries in the world. We also have a democracy that is characterized by robust but civil and nonviolent participation of the masses, as well as orderly and uneventful transfer of power when the people have spoken. All of this have been achieved